Hello everybody, welcome to another Villainous Rant. I am going to be talking about the first 2 episodes of Ms.Marvel. I could have uploaded last week, but as I mentioned on my Obi-Wan Kenobi video that I released before this, I was working on a different video that is out, and I hope you guys have seen it, my 13 Reasons Why video. Anyway, moving on, we're talking about Ms.Marvel, I'm not talking about that video. Stop shilling my own content. You're already watching this video, you're on my channel. Why am I shilling myself? Anyway, Ms.Marvel. I love the show so much. These 2 episodes are just, awesome. I loved every second of both episodes. They're just fantastic. It has its own unique style and presence that separates it from other MCU properties. It feels like what happened when people first saw Thor Ragnarok. Everyone was like, the Thor movies are kind of mid, bad, and they fit into the MCU formula and box and everything. And then they saw Thor Ragnarok. I was like, whoa, it's colorful, it's vibrant, has its own personality. I like this. And that's how Ms.Marvel feels. Because I am, and I know this is a hot topic, but I didn't like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought it was not great. It was okay. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but I didn't really enjoy Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Moon Knight really dropped the ball because since watching the Moon Knight show, I started reading some of the Moon Knight comics, and Moon Knight is so much cooler than what they portrayed him in the show, and it's just, it was very bland and mid. WandaVision, I loved WandaVision, but the longer it went on and the more they solved the mystery, the less interesting it got. Loki, I know people love Loki as the favorite MCU show, but even for me, Loki was cool when it started, but the longer it went on, it started losing itself. The final episode I think is phenomenal, but it started losing its zest the longer it went on. And that brings me to Ms.Marvel. So far, I know there's 4 episodes left. It is holding up its style, its storytelling, and it's fantastic. I'm truly loving it. Iman Vellani, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but she is fantastic as Ms.Marvel, and I've been seeing some of the interviews and quotes that she's been having outside of it. She's just a huge dork, and it's hilarious, and I love it. It just feels like Marvel hired an MCU fan, just a Marvel fan in general, that grew up on the MCU and was like, why don't you become a superhero in the MCU? And it's great. It fits perfectly, especially since Ms.Marvel herself is a fan of Marvel superheroes. So she just feels like she's embodying her own personality and putting it into the character and giving it her all. And I think it's fantastic. The direction, I love it. They have unique. It's granted, I know people are going to complain and say oh, these shots were created in blah blah blah, but I don't care. It still looks nice. They have unique and inventive shots in the show that look pretty cool, and I am loving every bit of it. My only gripe is, obviously, like everyone else, the power change. I wish Ms.Marvel was still an Inhuman that got hit with the Terrigen gas. That is my biggest gripe about the show so far. Other than that, I am loving it. Going into more spoilery details, in episode 1, I did like how she ends up coming upon her powers and saving her, weird school rival, bullyish girl, Zoe. I thought that was pretty funny. I like how now in episode 2, you see Zoe's just using the experience for clout. I'm going to keep jumping back between episodes 1 and 2 since I can talk about them together. I like the fact that in episode 1, they established that Kamala failed her driving exam, and then she ends up meeting a guy named Kamran, which I was like, okay, that's weird because my name's Cameron. He's Kamran. It's just weird for me personally. It's a very personal thing that caught me off guard for a second. But anyway, he can drive. She failed her driving exam, so it's like a continuation of that story thread. And now she's hanging out with him and she's feeling him, which Bruno is not too happy about. And I'm like, Bruno, say something and don't be friend zoned and don't be salty at this guy because it's really not his fault that you're failing to tell the girl that you like how you feel. But I think between both episodes, Kamala's family and heritage is really held up really well. And I'm not gonna act like I know a ton about her heritage and religion and everything like that, but it does seem like they're trying to be faithful to it in some capacity, and I really do love what I'm seeing. I love her dichotomy with her family. That's really interesting, and it's holding the show together. I love seeing a superhero that has stakes, because in the MCU, a big problem that we've been having is that we focus on the grand scale of superhero things, and they're refusing to go to street level. It's like every time we get a superhero that could be street level, they make it grandiose. Like Spider-Man, he's known as the street level superhero. And they're just like, nah, like Homecoming. The reason why Homecoming works the best is because it's street level. It's on the ground. Then you get to Far From Home. It's like saving the world. And you get to No Way Home, which I love No Way Home. But again, saving the world. And although they were able to tie it together and make it more personal towards the end of the movie, it's like, okay, we're still doing grandiose. Moon Knight, street level superhero. Literally, one of his comics starts off with him saying that he does the fun stuff, as he likes to call it, and it's about him taking down street level thugs. Even his most recent comic is about him being street level and helping people in a small contained area. Cool, I dig that. But in the MCU, everything is just grand. It's got to be save the world, save the universe, blah blah blah. It's like, can I just get someone at street level? That's what Ms.Marvel is so far. Like, her biggest feat between these two episodes is saving a kid that was falling off of a building. And she did it poorly because he hurt his ankle as she tried to save him. And it's like, that's great. Like, it felt impactful. It felt important. It felt personal. It reminded me of Sam Raimi's old Spider-Man movies where Peter is saving people, and New York's helping. Like, it's great. It feels great. It feels a connection to the audience. I like that. You get to see the people in the street interacting with these things that are happening because, there's regular crime still. It's not just all universal ending stuff. Like, superheroes do stop regular crime, so I really do like that that's what Ms.Marvel is doing. One thing I will say is that I hope she gets her suit sooner rather than later. I don't want... because this is a trope that I don't like in superhero movies. I hate the fact that they don't get their superhero costume until the end of the movie or show or whatever, because it happened in Daredevil. Matt didn't get his Daredevil suit until the end of season 1. Happened in Captain America. Captain America didn't get his iconic suit until the end of the first Captain America movie. Can we skip that this time, please? Iron Fist didn't even get his costume at all. Like, he wore the mask once in a flashback sequence. Like, can we just skip this? I don't like this trope. Same thing with Punisher. Punisher did not get his suit until the final scene of his entire series. Please get rid of this trope. I am going to see a superhero thing to see the superhero. So granted, right now, it's working perfectly fine within the story. So obviously, I wouldn't want you to break the story just to give her the suit, but I would like Kamala to get her suit sooner rather than later and see her be Ms. Marvel in her full costume rather than it just be a last episode reveal. She gets her suit, she does the big final battle, and then it's like, you want to see more Ms. Marvel? Wait till the Marvels comes out. So I'd rather not go through that again with another superhero, please. But honestly, I don't really know what else to say about it because I'm just gushing over these 2 episodes, and going into more detail is going to make this video extremely long. So I'd rather not do that. But yeah, that's about it. I really like Ms. Marvel so far. It's my favorite MCU show at the moment. It definitely was not my most anticipated by far. Like, when they released all those title cards for upcoming Marvel shows, I saw Ms. Marvel and I just thought about how I hate Captain Marvel and how it's my least favorite Marvel movie. And I was just like, I know Kamala's a completely different character, and I like Kamala in the comics, but at the time, I hadn't read any comics with her in it, so I was just like, I'll see how that one does. And now that I'm watching it, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. I love it. So, looking forward to more. That is the end of this video. Hopefully you stuck around to the end. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a beautiful day. And remember, folks, I'm the innocent villain, and you're innocent until proven villainous. Peace.